Hello everyone. By now I'm sure you must have revised your topic circles. Till now, whatever we have done, you are aware of everything. And in this session, we will be starting with a totally new concept called power of a point with respect to a circle. Frankly speaking, this word power or whole concept, power of a point, is actually an abstract thing. So best thing to do is that we learn power of a point separately and then we will learn further applications. Okay, so when I'm saying power of a point, the very immediate thing what comes to my mind is that we need to define once for all. Okay, and for the definition we need like help of whatever we have done by now. Now I have drawn there one circle because everything is about circle only, right? So center I am showing as C, and equation I am taking as a general equation, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0, and circle I am naming as omega. So instead of saying that equation all the time, I can say omega is the circle. Okay. Now, about this circle, there has to be some point of which you are finding power, right? So we take that point as say P, and I say x1, y1 as their coordinates, and I have drawn one line through P which meets the circle at 2 points, and Q I am taking as some general point on the line. And then if you see the picture, I have also shown there PQ distance as R, and if I write one more thing as inclination theta, then this reminds you of something. What does it remind? We have done something similar situation. A line having, yes, inclination theta, 2 points, one of them as fixed point, which is P in our case, Q a moving point, and then we show distance PQ. Where have we seen this? In topic straight line, where we had done parametric form of equation of line, right? So my aim is to use that parametric thing. And using that, I may write my Q. Q would be x1 plus r cos theta, comma, y1 plus r sin theta. I have defined Q. Now, the thing is, if Q reaches position B, what I have named those 2 points of intersection as A and B, same thing you can say about A also. I mean, Q reaches A, one of them. So I say point Q reaches B. Why do I say so? Because Q is a moving point. It can be anywhere, right? If it was B, then it would have satisfied equation of the circle, right? So picture would have looked something like this: x1 plus r cos theta whole square plus y1 plus r sin theta whole square, etc. You know how to do it. In place of x and y, substitute x1 plus r cos theta and y1 plus r sin theta respectively. If you open it, out of this, only the variable part is actually r, correct? Theta is fixed. For a given case, theta would be known to you. x1, y1 would be known to you. So what are we expecting from here? We are expecting a quadratic equation actually in R. So r square term is there, r term is there, and some constant part I have written equal to 0. Now, if I say r1 and r2 are the roots of this equation, then r1, r2 product I can write, that constant part. It is x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c. That is the constant part. And this product R1, R2 is actually called power of a point, right? And understand one thing. When I say power of a point, that point would be known to you. So power you are going to write in terms of x1, y1, which are known to you. So this expression what I have written, x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c. This is actually that analytical expression for the power. What I mean by analytical expression means in case you want to evaluate number if you want, then that would be obtained by this. Okay, so the product actually is the power, right, with respect to the given circle, correct? Actually, what are R1 and R2? If you look at the picture, R1 would be that value of R actually at point A, and R2 would be value of R at point B. If that is the situation, that means we are talking about product PAPB, correct? And PAPB, this is actually power. Means instead of saying all this story, I could have simply drawn the figure, and if I say Q is a moving point, if Q is at A, then R would be R1, and Q is at B, then R would be R2, and product R1, R2 is nothing but your power. I could have finished the topic like this, but then finally how do we evaluate R1, R2? So to do that, this entire exercise was required. Okay. So let us move further from here. Okay. And that is like we talk about some specific cases. First point what I have noted here is that power of center C is minus r square. This you can remember as the result, where capital R stands for the radius. Second point what we observe here is that a special case where positions A and B I take to T only, means instead of saying PA and PB, if A and B both approach nothing but T, then both would be replaced by PT, and hence that PA into PB part, which was our power of that point, would be nothing but PT square, right? So this result, if you recall, you have done in your geometry also, PA into PB is PT square, correct? Let us proceed for the third part or third note, important thing what you need to remember. If PAB is a secant through C, so picture would be this. Now what I am trying to give in this point 3 is that I have drawn some line, right? So we do not know what are those A and B positions. I mean, they are actually moving positions or unknown positions. They will vary, correct? So I want that expression of power to be independent of, yes, positions of A and B. If that is the thing, then PA into PB, this will not work, because for this PA, if point P is known to me, A and B also will have to be known to me. So what do? We rewrite that PA and PB and we write it as PA I will write as PC minus R and PB I will write as PC plus R. What is that C? C is center. So C would be known to you if circle is given to you. Point P is known to you. You can always write PC. You can find the distance. Similarly, PC minus R and PC plus R, that entire product also you can find, which is PC square minus R square. So now, by writing this, what I have achieved, I have made that powers expression independent of that secant AB. So the final result, important thing what you need to remember here is secant PAB you could have drawn anywhere. Only condition is it has to pass through point P, correct? And the final expression for power of a point, which you write as PC square minus R square, is independent of positions of A and B, right? Now, from here, I further proceed to one illustration about power of a point. A secant from a point P to the curve ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. This equation is not new to you. This you already know, correct? Where A and B are not 0, that secant meets the curve at positions A and B. This is standard information. Which is that curve? That we do not know. If the product of the signed distances PA and PB is independent of the choice of the secant, then show that the curve is a circle. I have deliberately taken this question in this form only. I mean, in the description part, in the, like what you call as the writing part. It is not a question which you can put in multiple options. So let us learn something from this situation. In the previous part, whatever I had discussed, there I said that power is independent for a circle of choice of secant. Here, curve is not a circle. It is not given. Rather, it is to be shown, right? Here, thing is that product PA-PB is given to be independent of choice of secant, correct? And then we have to show it is a circle. Now, how should we proceed? Obviously, you are given equation of the curve and point P, we will have to write as x1, y1, correct? And then if Q is a point on the secant, like previously, we will be writing or describing Q as x1 plus r cos theta, comma, y1 plus r sin theta. And here, what is our theta? Theta is inclination, correct? And what is r? R is PQ, exactly like what we have done before, okay? And then, if I say that point Q takes position B, then you know what to do. You substitute that Q in equation of the curve, right? Because it satisfies equation of the curve. And if I substitute that, what will I get? I will get actually one equation like before, x1 plus r cos theta whole square. That will come in place of x square. Outside would be a, right? One big expression on left hand side you are going to get and equal to 0. What I do here directly, since I know equation is going to be a quadratic equation in R, I'm not showing that working part here. I'm straight away writing expression for R1, R2, that product. You know how to write product of the roots, correct? Same thing I'm writing here. That is ax1 square plus 2hx1 y1 plus by1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c whole divided by a cos square theta plus b sin square theta plus h sin 2 theta, right? Now this is R1, R2. What does R1, R2 stand for? It stands for PA into PB, correct? And it is given that PA into PB is independent of choice of the secant. If it has to be independent of choice of the secant, then that denominator which contains theta in it, that denominator actually should be made independent of theta. That means if I write that as f theta, which is nothing but your a cos square theta plus b sin square theta plus h sin 2 theta. Now this needs to be independent of theta. Mind you please, this is actually exercise of calculus. I mean, we learn techniques there and then we proceed further. But I'm not actually using, like big thing like calculus here. So, little using common sense when simple terms of cos theta and sin theta are appearing. You can use that simple idea also, and just understand one thing, that if it has to be independent of theta, then value of that expression for any theta should be same. And if that is the thing, then f0, f pi by 4, these would be the standard values. Means I'm choosing theta to be 0 or theta equal to pi by 4, or I can choose theta equal to pi by 2 also. These three values should be equal if it has to be independent of theta. And that would actually lead to a equal to a plus b whole divided by 2 plus h, and a also would turn out to be equal to b. That is due to f0, f pi by 4 and f pi by 2, they are equal. Using that, it is going to happen. If that is the thing, then what have we achieved? We have achieved a equal to b, and also we are achieving h equal to 0. If that is the thing, what does it tell? It tells that equation with which we started, that represents a circle. So given curve is nothing but circle, right? Here I end my session. When we meet next time, again something new I will bring in. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you. Hope you have liked this video. To subscribe, click here, and to place order for the book, click here. Thank you.